Greetings, heroes in training, and welcome to Geek Salad, our review of My Hero Academia episodes 3 and 4. I'm Mike,
I'm Joe.
and had fun last week, so decided to keep going. And again, we're doing 2 episodes for a couple of reasons. One, because how many episodes are we at in total?
It's over 75. I mean, there's four seasons right now, and each season's over 20. About 20 episodes plus.
Yeah, except for this season.
Oh, for this season?
No. The first season is only like 13 episodes.
Yeah, it's only like 13 episodes. So,
and there's like 24. So
yeah.
But also because really, just like 1 and 2, 3 and 4 really, I mean, it's really part 1 and part 2. I mean, part 3 ends and then part 4 begins. It's pretty much just like that. So
yeah, it really all kind of flow. And really, if you think about it, the first 4 episodes really all kind of flow in together as one kind of arc. It's kind of really the first arc of the series.
Yeah, I mean, because technically episode 2 flows right into episode 3 as well. So
right, exactly.
And yeah, that's where we're starting with the revelation about all the truth behind All Might's powers,
and the truth about who the narrator is.
Yeah,
you learn it at the end of the Hi, my number one hero, My Hero Academia fan in the house.
Hi, TJ.
Say hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
And say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hi. Who's your favorite hero on My Hero Academia? Deku and All Might.
That's a good combination right there.
All right, Bubba. I love you.
Can I go back upstairs?
Yes, you can go back upstairs. When I told him we were doing this, he's been asking me every day, "Are you recording tonight? Are you recording tonight?"
The joys of doing live videos here.
Exactly, but no, you basically at the end of the second episode, you learn that the narrator is Deku, and he basically spills it that he's the number 1 hero in the world, and basically the whole show is his story of how he got there.
Yeah,
and
I mean, this is a kid that, as we learned in the first 2 episodes, and we learn even more in 3 and 4, this is a kid that has almost no self-confidence due to just pretty much a lifetime so far of just being constantly thought of as worse than everybody else,
right.
Powerless. Everybody's been shitting on him. This is a kid that he doesn't believe in himself.
Exactly.
And it's really kind of through the course of this series that he really kind of gains not only the powers, but the confidence in himself and the belief that, he can be a hero.
Yeah. For the most part, for these first few episodes, he's basically just acting on instinct, is what it is. It's that intangible that makes him a hero. He's only just been acting on that alone. He's still, like you say, he still has a lot of the self-confidence issues, from a lifetime of being bullied and stuff like that. But he's still, so for now, he's just like basically just working on pure raw talent.
Right. And so episode 3, Roaring Muscles.
You can't have a good you need a training montage. Every good superhero movie or action movie needs a good superhero, good training montage. Style training montage.
But yeah, I mean, this is Deku going through 8, as he describes it, 10 months of absolute hell.
Yep.
To make himself worthy of
receiving All Might's gift.
Yes. And it is, but I love like All Might, his all-American dream plan, because he's all, for a guy named Toshinori to be the symbol of all American peace.
Yeah, yeah. The guy who has American flags in his background. His name is Toshinori. Okay.
Yeah, Detroit Smash.
Detroit Smash, man. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, like, and it's great in that it gets back to like, Deku's like, you want me to clean up all this trash, and all my basically it goes back to the foundation of what a hero it means to be a hero, which is, well, it's the small thing. Being a hero isn't just stopping villains and stopping crime. It's you volunteer. It's you do what's right. And you try to make you try to make the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean, All Might comes right and says that nowadays heroes are all about like making money and being,
and showing off and being flashy and stuff like that.
Being getting famous. But he's like, no, being a hero means you're trying to make life better for everybody else.
Yeah,
you're trying to help humanity progress and be better. And so he has him clean up an entire beach full of junk.
Yep.
And he's got 10 months to do it, or else he'll miss the UA
entrance exam.
The entrance exam, yeah. And yeah, I mean, the montage is fantastic. I love how he this is where you really kind of start seeing the mutter. Well,
the thing is regardless, no matter what, Deku is still going to be a fanboy. He's still an otaku, as we like, as anime fans are called, and he's still, so he's still going to fanboy, and he's still going to go into his own world and kind of, figure out, he's going to be himself, which is he's going to have all this information about all these heroes, and he's going to fanboy, and he's going to figure out what's going on and stuff like that. So
yeah,
but they use it to good effect and to good humorous effect,
Very much so, yeah. He is all about planning, and which but sometimes he plans too much, and he's trying to do more than All Might has planned for him, and
right.
Sometimes it's best to know when not to go too far.
But yeah, again, more Star Wars more Star Wars teasers. Dagobah Beach,
where he does his training.
Exactly, you can't have a good action movie without a training montage.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially if it's on Dagobah.
But then he finally does get to UA, and I like how the fact that they do point out the fact that ever since Deku tried to save Bakugo, he's been kind of like he hasn't been nicer to him, but he hasn't been actively antagonizing him.
He hasn't been. Well, again, that's more goes towards Bakugo's kind of ego than anything else. Because even though Bakugo was still getting all the praise, like you saw those two students to the side say, hey, isn't that Bakugo? The guy who fought, with the slime monster and everything.
Yeah.
So even though he's still getting praised, in Bakugo's mind, it's still Deku helped me out. I'm a loser because Deku helped me, and he shouldn't have. Kind of thing. So he still kind of views Deku as a lesser person, and you still see that in their interaction throughout these couple of episodes. Where he sees Deku as the lesser person, but it's still not a point where he sees Deku as an equal, or is like he regrets it. It's more his ego was hurt.
Right.
Because internally, in his own mind, he's thinking, well, there's no Deku should not. I should not have been helped by Deku. Is basically what it came.
Right.
To.
Right. So. I think there's there is an element, a very very small element
of humility. No,
not of humility. But I was like, you know what? All right, fine, whatever. You tried to help me. Fine, I won't actively fight you. Go, pick on you. Right now, just stay out of my way.
Well, though it's in the next episode in Starline, he did say, "Well, I won't be able to crush you now."
Yeah,
because they're in two different battle centers.
Yeah,
so.
Which a lot of people didn't get. Like, it was like everyone seemed to be like, I guess. Grant, you know what? Since we're kind of getting on to the next episode, Starline, that is one of my all-time favorite episodes of this series, and I have watched a number of reactions to it online, and people don't seem to understand. Like, well, why? They're not. They don't know why Bakugo doesn't know that Deku has powers. Well, no, it's like he was in a different battle center. There are like how many? 16 of those, I think.
There's like eight of them or something like that. So
yeah,
but no, and it makes sense. And you're right. I can understand. I can see why this is your favorite episode, and it is a fun one. And I like that right off the bat they show that at the basically that Deku is limited by his power.
Yeah,
he's not going to get All Might's power right away. He's basically got to learn to use it. So it kind of sets up what their journey is going to be.
Yeah, and also everyone else has had their quirks for like 12 years by now, or 12 or more years. He's got it. He's had it for about 2 hours.
Right, exactly. It's like All Might said. Like All Might said in the previous episode, was like, well, you haven't even had a chance to test drive it yet. It's like, okay, well, yeah, and Bakugo and Deku had no idea what the power was. He just again he's going on instinct. He's when he took down that obstacle, he was going on instinct. The thing is, I gotta save Ochako, and
Oh, speaking of which, Ochako Uraraka.
Oh yeah, everybody's favorite UA best girl.
Oh, she is adorable. And right from when you first meet her, when she saves Deku from tripping him over his own feet, he's like, and then and of course the fantastic line, "I talked to a girl." Did not talk. I love when they put in these neat little senses of humor in there.
Yeah,
but
but it also goes, it does a great job of pointing out, like, there's still the awkwardness of being a teenager.
Yeah, exactly. Which
you don't see in a lot of shonen kind of anime or manga. Is like in a lot of shonen, the main protagonist is overpowered right from the bat, and is a cool, and is a cool cat and knows how to handle every situation, which is really not the way most teenagers are. I think Deku's closer to what most teenagers are like than Ichigo from Bleach.
Right, yeah. And of course, we also meet someone that most people do not like right off the bat for a good reason, Tenya Ida.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean,
again, and they do a good job of kind of giving you who the UA class, UA class 1A. They're in the background, but they kind of highlight them and doing, little bits and pieces here. But yeah, you get a sense of who the initial big three are going to be is like Ida, Ochako, and Deku, kind of thing. And then
and to a lesser extent, Aoyama.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I one thing, like on the second watch around, I watched that. Knowing about the rescue points, watch that. I watched that episode. I'm like, technically, Aoyama saved Deku's life.
Oh God, yeah.
So technically, he would get rescue points for that.
He should, and I think he did. I just I just watched it, and I saw the rescue points, but I didn't. I noticed Ochako's and Deku's, but I didn't see if Aoyama had his, because he should have gotten rescue points too.
Yeah, I did. I actually paused it on that screen one time, and I didn't see Aoyama's name in there. But Tetsu.
Oh God!
Apparently he got some rescue points as well.
Okay, well, good for him.
Yeah. But we're getting way ahead of ourselves. We won't really meet him until next season.
Oh yeah, no, it'll be a while before we meet him.
Still, he's fun.
But yeah, and having watched it, having just watched it a second time, you kind of you always kind of knew that Deku was going to get in. It was just kind of a foregone conclusion, but you were just wondering, how are they going to do it? And again, it goes to that whole point of, what is a hero? Is a hero just beating up the bad guys all the time? No, a hero helps somebody.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, it's Deku acting on instinct right now. He's just acting on instinct. His instinct was, I gotta save Ochako.
Mm.
You know, because when the villains, the false villains came out, Deku was scared. He couldn't move and he didn't know what to do. And that's when Ayama came and saved him. But when it mattered the most, when it's I gotta help somebody, that's when he, that's when he took action. That's when his instincts took over. You know, to his own detriment, because he ended up breaking both his legs and his arm. You know,
but I think it does say a lot about Deku, the fact that he got no combat points, but he got in because of his heroism, because of rescue.
Yeah.
So he's starting off his superhero career by trying to save people.
Yep.
Which is
like All Might said, he's also inspiring other people.
Yeah.
You know, which is what the symbol of peace is supposed to do. He's supposed to inspire other people. You know, and he's seeing that Deku is doing that right off the bat.
Right. One thing that always kind of stands out to me when I watch those like reactions of Starline is that a lot of people are like, obviously, something that huge can't be worth just 0 points. It must be like secret points. I'm like, it's like, no. If you look at it logically, if there's a big, huge monster coming and you don't have the power to fight it, you got to run and just try and help people along the way.
Right. Exactly.
It's not as if it's like, like if you take down that monster, you're gonna instantly win. No, it's because that's there to create an obstacle for people. I mean, they don't expect kids that have just barely got used to their powers to take on something that big.
Right. Exactly. Right. Exactly. That's why they said you should probably run away when you see this obstacle. You know.
Yeah. Exactly. It's
I think that's probably like the exams. Like, oh, what will they do? Are they just going to run away, or are they going to run away and help people? Are they going to help people run away with them? What's going to happen? You know?
Or are they going to try and like distract it so other people can get away? Or
and of course, Deku just throws a whole wrench into the monkey works and
just decks it,
and takes it out and saves the girl at the end of the day.
And she returns the favor by saving him
and puking in rainbow.
See, I'm always of two minds of that. I love the fact that she pukes rainbows, but I think isn't that like an anime trope where they can't actually, in order to like make it so they don't actually show vomit.
No, because I was right before I started watching. I was watching My Hero Academia. I was watching ReZero, Starting Life in Another World, and Natsuki Subaru, who's the main protagonist. He throws up a lot, so
okay,
and they show it. So,
well, hey, the fact that she pukes rainbow.
Maybe it's because she's a girl. I don't know. Maybe they have different rules.
Hell, I don't mind.
I'm not completely up on Japanese culture.
Yeah, no. One more thing, not one more thing, but another thing that I always it occurred to me like on like the third or fourth time I watched this episode. Recovery Girl literally kisses it and makes it better.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's one thing that stood out the first time I saw this episode. It's like, oh, she's kissing it and make it better. And it's like she's like a grandma, because she looks like a grandma. She comes along and she's kiss it and make it better.
I got a boo boo. Can you kiss it and make it better? And she literally kisses it and makes it better.
She's giving out gummies to the students and stuff like that.
Well, I like gummies. I want gummies.
No, I got nothing wrong with gummies. I like gummies too.
I love Recovery Girl.
But again, I mean, like these two episodes, like they do a good job of setting up what Deku's journey is going to be.
Yeah.
What he has to look forward to, and basically what the main theme is going to be, at least for season 1, going into season 2. It's going to be he's got to control his power. He's got to grow into his power.
Oh yeah.
Like All Might says, he's got the accumulated power of all the heroes that came before him. Yeah. He's not gonna master it overnight.
No. I mean, hell, how long? They've never actually said how old All Might actually is, have they?
No. No,
It's implied that he's a lot older than he looks, though.
they imply it's almost like he's in his like late 30s, early 40s kind of thing, almost. But they really don't say, you know.
No.
But you got to imagine the way he makes it sound, just because because of his quirk, his one for all,
Mhm.
that he's got several generations of hero in him.
Yeah.
So he may be older, but he may not, they say it's like 80, it was 80 years or something like that since the quirk starts showing up. So.
Oh yeah, the kid in the glowing kid in China.
Yeah, that's right. So, but I mean, overall, I enjoy it. Again, I when I first started seeing it, it's when I first saw these episodes, they do a good job of just moving things along.
Mm.
Everything, even though like these first 4 episodes are interconnected and make one big arc, they do a good job of moving things along and keeping things self-contained within those episodes. So episode 3 was the training montage, Deku being able to get strong enough to accept All Might's power. And then episode 4 was, okay, this is the entrance exam. Everything is taken care of in the entrance exam.
Right.
And you know that the next episode is going to be, okay, first day of school type of thing.
And I also love the fact that we get glimpses of the teachers, and we get glimpses of some of like the other students. Like, we even get a quick shot of Shoji with his tentacle arms.
Well, we get to meet my favorite. We'll meet my favorite character in My Hero Academia coming up in the next episode.
Oh, is it?
Well, if you see my keychain, you'll know who it is.
Does it have to do with goggles?
Yeah. Goggles and a sleeping bag.
Oh. That is an excellent choice. Excellent choice. He's up there for me. And he's not getting too far ahead, but he's another guy where, and just like Tenya, when you first meet him, you're presented with one view of him.
Right.
But then as you get to know him, you find out there's a reason for that, and it actually makes sense, and he's actually a lot deeper than it seems.
Right. Exactly. So.
Right. And I just want to bring up one last thing. Probably one of my favorite quotes from All Might in Roaring Muscles. He's like, I forget the exact words, but plus it's different if you watch it subtitled or dubbed.
Right.
But basically saying like, there's a difference between luck and a reward. One is something that just happens. One is something you earn.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, no, when you receive something, it's luck. When you're given something, it's recognition.
Yeah.
And
I mean that just sums up Izuku right there. He thinks he's just being really, really lucky, but he's earned every single thing that is given to him.
Right, exactly. And even after he's earned it, he still feels like he's not worthy of it, which is which is what causes him to push himself even further and further and harder than he should.
I mean, pretty much the entire first season, he refers to it as his borrowed power.
Right. Yeah, that's right. I noticed. I did notice that he's like, I can barely I've already used this borrowed power, and I haven't been able to do anything with it. It's like,
right.
He still doesn't feel like he's worthy of it.
It's not until like really midway through the second season that he's really kind of starting to take ownership of that power.
Yeah.
And it's a sight to see. But anyway, that was episodes 3 and 4 of My Hero Academia. What did you think of those episodes? Give us your comment down below, and give us the video a thumbs up if you like it, or if you don't like it, give us a thumbs up. No, don't give them a thumbs up. Thumbs down. No. But anyway, you can find more Geek Salad through our podcasts, through iHeartRadio, Stitcher,
Spotify,
Sketcher.
Google Play.
Wait, Sketcher's not a sneaker. You can't find it through Sketcher unless they got radio in sneakers.
Stitcher, the Stitcher app.
Stitcher, right? Yes. And also here on YouTube, you can find videos. pretty much every week. And yeah, so cool. I don't do that nearly as well as Andy does.
Nah.
He's had a lot more
That's
practice.
all right.
Than I.
With enough practice, we'll get it.
Yeah. So yeah, and until next week, I'm Mike.
I'm Joe.
And go forth,
Go forth
be
and be
nerdful.
nerdful.
And plus ultra.